Hey, welcome back to the homestead. I'm out here today doing some miscellaneous chores. Doing a little cleanup. You can see I've got a burn pile going behind me for the scrap wood I had laying around. And trying to get ready for a termite control to come out and treat the house. And I've got a few things under the house I need to get pulled out so that they can spray everywhere under the house. And then I'm going to do a little bit of work on the roof, but I'm running out of screws, so I won't be able to get as much done on the roof as I'd hoped. I'd really hoped to be able to finish it today, but we'll just have to see where the day takes us. So let's get started on some of the cleanup. I've already got my burn pile lit for all the wood that's been outside and it's warped or got bugs in it or it's too small to use for anything productive. All that scrap's being burned to get rid of it and out of the way. I've got a little pile of scrap tin here from the roof, but that's going to have to stay there. But I don't think that's going to interfere with the termite guy. And pretty much everything is away from the house now. I do have a few tarps that I've spread out in the yard just to dry, and some bisqueen. I'm going to take that down into the garden and sheet cover the garden to keep the weeds from growing up in the spring until we're ready to actually plant in the garden. And then I've got a little bit of stuff under the house I've got to get out. You can see there I've got some oak crown molding that I was given. And I got that before the house was framed up and in the dry. And the only place I had to put it was under the subfloor. So that was relatively dry, but not 100%. And I'm just going to have to check it, make sure no bugs have gotten into it and it's not too damaged to use. If it is free of bugs and everything, then I'm going to pull that out and I'm going to put that inside the house. If it's got termites in it, sadly, it'll have to go on the burn pile. So let's get that pulled out and see what we're going to do with it. Alright, I've got all of the molding out from under the house. You can see some of it did get a little bit wet. It's definitely not going to be stain grade, but doesn't appear any rot or bugs has gotten into it, so it should be able to be cleaned up just a little bit and painted just fine. I've gotten everything now cleaned out from up under the house, and my termite guy should be here in just a 15-20 minutes or so, but you can see there's absolutely nothing under the house, so he can get everywhere he needs to make sure we're treated for termites and we won't have any problems. So now I'm going to go and restack my fire, which is starting to burn down just a little bit, and get this molding moved in the house and then see what I can get done with the few little screws I've got left on the roof. Well, our trash pile is just about burned out. We got all of the molding pulled out from under the house, brushed off and sorted out by length, and inspected for damage. There's no bugs in any of it. There's a couple of pieces here that do have discoloration from water and stuff, but it's no rot or anything on it, so we're going to hold on to them. If I do decide to use it and I paint it, I could still use those pieces if I need to. If I stain it, they probably won't be any good for staining, but we'll just have to wait and see. We'll hold on to it as long as we can. I'll get those moved into the house tonight. And the termite guy just left. He came out and sprayed 50 gallons of treatment all around the house. You can see the bricks there is wet where he sprayed it. He sprayed around the outside of the house and around the foundation on the inside and all up under the house, and even the floor joist up under the house. So we shouldn't have any issues with termites, and we're on a 1-year inspection plan. And as I do construction, if I disturb any dirt or anything, I can have them come out and treat that area and do spot inspections as I need to. So we should be safe for termites. And now we need to figure out what we're going to do the rest of the day. Alright, I think I've got enough screws scraped up that I can finish out this half corner behind me here. So I'm going to go ahead and start spreading the paper down on it and see if we can get some tin on it. Alright, that finishes out the third corner on the porch. I've got to come back and put some screws in the valleys coming up here, and some more screws down on the very eave. But like I said, I'm short on screws and I don't have enough to put as many in as I want. So Monday, whenever the roof in place opens up, I'll go pick up some more screws and come back and finish attaching that. And that just leaves me one corner and some trim work. So hopefully it won't be much longer. We'll have this thing finished up. Alright, I've only got another hour or so of daylight if I'm lucky. May not have quite that much because it's overcast. But that's not enough time for me to get started on that last corner. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and get this oak molding moved inside the house and get everything picked up and cleaned up and go ahead and call it a day. So y'all check back again, and hopefully we'll get that roof finished up pretty soon and start moving to the inside.